Hi everyone, welcome to our first webinar as Emplifi, and thank you for spending the next 30 minutes with us. We plan to make it worth your while as we really are excited about sharing our vision for the future of CX, and it starts with putting empathy at the heart of your customer experience. We believe this allows you to better engage and support your customers at each touch point along the customer journey. I am Zarnaz Arlia. I oversee marketing at Emplifi. And for today's webinar, I'm joined by my lovely colleagues, Shelley Varnhagen, CXO, and Alex George, CPO. We'd like to think you're in good hands. Today, we will start by sharing our Emplifi vision, the promise that we're making to you as a brand, and the broader product vision of our CX platform. So how did we come up with this vision? Well, we considered some important research. According to PwC, about a third of consumers say they would walk away from a brand they love after one bad experience. Wow. Meanwhile, 74% of customers are at least somewhat likely to buy based on experiences alone, according to the 2020 Forbes Insight Survey. We all knew the importance of great CX, but these numbers show the increasing impact that experiences have on buyer decisions. The bottom line? Every experience counts, and continuing to seek ways to provide amazing and memorable experiences for our customers is a must in building trust and deeper relationships. And to increase our challenge, the buyer's definition of great CX continue to change. They expect great experiences, not just at every touch point along the way, but for the overall customer journey to be knit together in a seamless flow that allows them to access or exit via any channel at a time. I think we all agree that delivering that kind of seamless experience without gaps is a tall order. What presents a challenge for every brand, though, is knowing where to prioritize your efforts. Everything an organization does, both customer-facing and behind the scenes, ultimately impacts the experiences you're able to deliver at your or to your customers. That means there can sometimes be gaps between where we as organizations and our customers feel we should prioritize. For example, in 2020, Wunderman Thompson found that 42% of consumer respondents place seamless experiences across all devices and channels as number 3 in their priorities. Brands ranked this 5th in their list of importance, with only 11% noting omni-channel experiences as a priority. Clearly, there's a gap and room for brands to improve their listening. At the same time, we're seeing a transition to a service economy where subscriptions at a service offering are increasingly prevalent. In this world, CX is a powerful differentiator and disruptor that can drive loyalty, increase recurring revenue, and improve brand reputation in a marketplace where consumers have lots of choices. The way that customers expect to interact with a brand is extremely varied, with countless avenues for them to discover, engage, purchase, and look for service. Customer buying journeys are organic, complex, and hard to predict, with no two customers having or wanting, frankly, the same experience. As a result, many customers experience disjointed CX, which can make them frustrated and can impact brand perception, loyalty, and recurring revenue. It is no surprise many companies see these trends add up to an insurmountable challenge. But here's where our vision for a new approach to a unified CX comes in. We are excited to share the unveiling of our new brand, Emplifi, which combines the exceptional talent and technology of three companies, Astute, Social Bakers, and iPerceptions. For those of you who do not know us by our former brands, Astute is a leading platform for B2C customer service and care, as well as consumer relations. Social Bakers offers an advanced end-to-end social media platform, and iPerceptions developed best-in-class omni-channel voice of the customer platform that allows you to easily engage customers for feedback in a secure and accessible format. The resulting customer insights are so valuable to inform key strategic decisions using customer-centric insights. So you now can see how combining these three powerhouses add up to a game-changing CX platform. A couple of quick facts about our new Emplifi. We are the oldest new company or the newest old company. We have over 700 amazing employees in 18 offices and are headquartered in New York. We have 7,000 highly valued customers, and we're passionate about their success. Whether it's social profiles, interactions, surveys, listening posts, terabytes of data, we have volume, scale, and throughput. So I began with our vision of redefining CX, and now that you have more context about the story, I'll wrap up my portion of this webinar by repeating it. Our vision is to help brands optimize every part of the customer experience with a unified platform that captures and connects each interaction, conversation, and moment so that you can deliver human, empathetic, and meaningful experiences. Experiences that are based on valuable, real-time customer data and insights, which produce timely, relevant, and strategic decisions that support your business goals. Empathy, insight, and connection. This is the future of CX, and Emplifi is connecting it all together. I will now hand this presentation over to Shelley, our rockstar CXO.
Thanks, Arnaz. Hi, everyone. For those I haven't met, my name's Shelley Warnhagen, and I'm happy to be here today to spend a few minutes talking to you about the Emplifi promise. And what we mean by that is, what can you expect from us as a customer of Emplifi? And as I start thinking about this every morning, there's really two pieces that we're focused on that are really important. The first one is making sure that we're providing you an amazing customer experience with us as a company, and doing our best to ensure that every interaction we have is meaningful, it's valuable to you, and it helps us build our relationship and our partnership. And each of the companies individually were focused on this before, but we're really doubling down as Emplifi to make sure that we are in a state of constant improvement. And we've created a team within the organization specifically focused on this. And so I'm excited about that. And then the second piece is making sure that we're empowering you to provide an amazing customer experience to your customers as well. So, those are the two pieces that I really want to talk through today. And so just starting with you guys and being our customers, first of all, we're very grateful and very appreciative to be on this journey and to continue this journey with you. So thank you very much for the trust that you put with us in that. But we want to be, more than just a vendor to you. We want to be a partner. And a few ways that, we hope that we can partner with you is bringing industry best practices, being able to bring insights that we're seeing across our customer group, to be able to provide solutions to you and technology to you that's leading edge, that helps keep up with the new challenges that are coming. And then, of course, being able to, help with, from a consultative perspective, if you aren't sure what the next step is in the CX journey, or you're not sure how to move forward, or you're stuck on something, we want to be able to be a resource to you to be able to continue moving forward and moving you through the maturity matrix of CX. So a couple of really specific programs that we're going to be rolling out in the second half, and there's many, but I picked a couple here that I'm excited about to talk about. Is, we think customer education is really important. So we're going to be launching Emplifi Academy very soon. And for those of you who have access to LMS with us before, all of those same components will be there. For those who haven't had access to an LMS yet, this is going to be, we hope, a really great resource for you. And as we think about the Academy, we're excited because we'll have content in there across the entire suite of products. So you'll be able to self-serve. Obviously, we'll be there with you as you're getting started and throughout the journey. But this is a great way to be able to go in and get a quick answer or learn more about the solutions that you're using. So both from a getting started kind of guided learning paths, those will be there. But we also think it's important to provide, a way to go in and get quick information. So there will be a library of sort of snackable content that you can go in and search if you're using a new feature, you need a refresher on something that you haven't done in a while. And then I mentioned the consulting services. So being able to help you benchmark where you are, understand where you are in your maturity matrix for CX. How do you move forward from there? Those kinds of consulting services are something that we have in place, but we continue to build on them. So if you have projects like that that you are interested in, reach out to your CSM, let them know. We're happy to engage and see how we can help you there as well. And then we're really focused on building communities as well. So obviously the pandemic's been hard on everyone, and we're hopefully at the end of that. But as we've had to get more creative about how to keep in contact, we've really been giving some thought to how do we make sure that not only can we connect with you and you with us, but how do we get you and keep you connected with each other as well. So we'll be launching some things like a customer advisory board, but also some user communities, whether that's user groups focused on particular products or solutions, or industry-focused forums that we can help support and facilitate. So those are some of the things that we're looking to come out with in the second half of the year in terms of supporting you guys. So then just kind of moving on to the second piece of helping you deliver customer experience to your consumers. Again, we feel very honored that we kind of help sit between you and those customers and connect those gaps and make sure that the plans that you have for your customers and the experiences that you want to give them, we're able to help you get that executed so that the customers, have that connection, that they have a seamless experience, and that they are, we're breeding loyalty with your consumer group. And when we think about that, we really are excited as Emplifi that we now can do that from one end of the customer journey to the other. So starting with when your consumers are just being aware of you and figuring out, their purchase with you and evaluating. So being able to help provide experiences there that help move them forward in that path. Being able to be, again, present and making sure that the experiences they have through the buying process, whether that is through social commerce, through e-commerce, through traditional channels, brick and mortar, whatever the case may be, that they're having experiences that are building on sort of what started that led them to that. And then, of course, after the purchase, making sure that they're getting the support and the service that they need so that they are loyal customers, and we're building and increasing that loyalty. And of course, doing all of that across all of it with empathy to make sure that, we are understanding our customers and that you're understanding your customers. That's what we're excited to be able to provide now as Emplifi. So we really think, that together, as we partner together and work together, we can do so many cool things, and we're excited about them. Inspiring loyalty from your customers as we start to build these relationships, making sure that along that path, every one of those really matters and is a meaningful interaction that people are having, and memorable interactions, and the ones that people will talk about. And then making sure that as we're having those interactions, we're collecting the right information so that you can make it even better the next time, and you can have those personalized interactions with consumers that they want. And then keeping in mind the broader picture that as we're building these journeys and these experiences, we have to be agile and nimble and make sure that as things change, as new channels come out, as customer expectations change, as your business changes, that we're able to stay flexible and stay in sync along the way, and make sure that we always can provide you a great experience and your customers a great experience. So thanks so much for the time. I'm going to turn it over to Alex now, who is going to talk a little bit about the amazing things that the product team's working on to bring you the next set of solutions. So Alex, over to you.
I'm really hoping with the time I have here that I can focus on 4 core areas. The first is to describe how the 3 clouds that we're working on come together to deliver a unified solution. The second is to kind of walk you through how those clouds work together. The third is to show you how all of that is going to fit in one consistent, seamless platform that will allow for user IDs, for permissions, for information being delivered at the right level to everyone throughout the business. And we want to be able to do that with reporting and with the analytics that's required for us to be able to really see how we engage with our customers through their journey and how we deliver an incredible experience for them. The first of those steps is to be able to have an integrated product. We believe that having a single latest generation platform allows for one set of user experiences, one way to track across all the channels how a customer engages, then being able to not only provide the marketing needs and the commerce needs, but also the care needs and the service needs of customers as they kind of engage with the brand. So that's really the focus over the next couple of minutes. As you know, there's a couple big clouds that we've just talked about. The first is the social marketing cloud. And here our goal really is to be able to make sure that we can do all of the standard things one would expect in social media: monitoring, engagement, listening, publishing. And we want to be and analytics, and we want to be able to continue to expand on that set of capabilities. We want to make it really easy for brands to be able to engage with their consumers and to be able to benchmark how they do in the context of their competition, to be able to manage influencers, to be able to determine what key trends they want to participate in, and just be able to hear both their own consumers as well as a broader cross-section of people talking about the brands and the topics that are most interesting to our clients. We think that from this is going to be a whole set of conversations that makes it possible for a consumer to be able to not only engage with a brand and be entertained in the context of their shopping experience, but they should also be able to actually buy product. This is where our social commerce cloud comes in. And our real focus here is that we want to make it easy for the brand to be able to not only post content, but then make that content shoppable. We understand that's going to require 4 or 5 sets of capabilities, and to be able to make that seamless, we think the first thing that needs to happen is that the online shop needs to be integrated to the social shops. So the shop on Facebook and the shop on Instagram are integrated to the shop the customer may already have on their website. And we want to be able to manage not only inventory, but we also want to make it easy for there to be a virtual shop clerk who's available to help customers identify products that would be of interest and help them buy it and help them ship and all of those kinds of things that you would want a virtual agent to be able to do for that customer. The third set of capabilities we'd really want to be able to deliver in terms of commerce is making sure that that consumer can reach a care agent should they need to, and they can get the help they're looking for right in flow, right in the context of their shopping experience. They shouldn't have to jump out to another channel to make that happen. And of course, once they've been able to shop and buy and get care, we want to be able to publish, we want to be able to have a unified analytics platform so we can see, and a client of ours can see, how well consumers are accepting or buying product and interacting with the products, and get a sense of what channel and which products are bought most in each of those channels. This flow is really going to show up in multiple places. We think once standard shopping happens, everything from first interest to actual service is going to happen on one platform. The user experience you see here is actually a set of experiments that's happening with Instagram, where you can run an Instagram live video, and during that video, viewers can engage, ask questions about the product, and potentially buy the product right there in the flow. And this example kind of really drives home another way in which we think commerce is going to begin to happen and become really relevant to brands as they continue to expand. The last of the clouds is really the service cloud. There's a ton of examples here, but we think really the most important thing is that the service experience is completely integrated to both the commerce experience and the marketing experience that came before, right? We really want the customer to be able to hear from the brand on all of these digital channels and in social, and be able to respond or ask questions about the product that they've already purchased, and for the brand to have all that context flow through. We think that's going to be incredibly important in the context of CRM engagement, and we think making sure that customers not only feel supported across all those channels, but also have, when they speak to an agent, the knowledge that that agent has all the tools she needs to be able to serve that client. And we think those tools are going to be more complicated over time. We think there's going to be the need to calculate goodwill. We know that there's the need to be able to understand how often that customer has shopped with us or their loyalty. We want to be able to actually solve the customer's problem, so give them a refund or ship a new product or in some other way effectively engage. So we think these clouds together will really help drive a consistent experience, will really make and take the gaps out that happen now where the marketing process and potentially the commerce process aren't super integrated, or the commerce process and the service process aren't super integrated. We want this all to feel like one set of experiences for the consumer, and for the consumer to feel like they've been able to interact with the brand, engage in a way that's fun for them, right? And then finally be able to get the service they need exactly when they need it, where they need it. So that's really kind of how we're thinking about this whole approach. Thank you very much for your time. And Zarnaz, back to you.
Thank you, Alex. I hope you all enjoyed our webinar today about the value of putting empathy at the heart of CX. To summarize, here are some key takeaways in what's driving the focus on empathetic CX right now. Customers are making decisions based on organic, non-linear journeys that meet them when, where, and how they wish to engage. Also, our customers have many brands to choose from, so even small differentiators are important for a competitive edge. This means that omni-channel models and emotional connections are essential in a brand's competitiveness. We also talked about how effective engagement is based on empathy, the feeling that a brand understands your wants and needs and creates a unique engagement to meet them. That level of empathy requires brands to have depth and breadth in their understanding of the customer and of what customers need from moment to moment, and then must use that knowledge to iteratively improve every part of the experience. Shelley, Alex, and I hope this is just the beginning of an exciting dialogue. So here's our contact information. Please engage us by sharing your thoughts and feedback. And last but not least, we're having an Emplifi launch party, and we would love for you to join us. Our CEO, Mark Zablon, will host the event, which will feature a really insightful discussion with our customer, Delta Airlines, about their recent innovations in CX, and a special visit with a singer, Nicole Scherzinger, or I should say with the singer, Nicole Scherzinger, who will also perform some fantastic songs. I had a sneak peek of her performance, and all I can say is, wow. So don't miss it. Thank you again for joining us today. We hope it was a valuable webinar, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events.